Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Charles J. Quinn Gymnasium at Hampshire High School West for this evening's NHIAA Division II boys basketball game between the Lebanon Raiders and the Manchester West Blue Knights. Before we begin the game, we remind you that good sportsmanship is a priority at high school events. Negative comments and acts directed towards the athletes, coaches, officials, and fans are unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Choose to be a good sport. And now, here are your starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the Laconia Raiders, which went to Blue Sauls. Number 2, Miles Saunders. Number 3, Elliot Brandis. Number 13, Miles Nolan. Number 14, Nehemiah Billings. And number 15, Liam Sullivan. And now, for your West High Blue Knights, which wins for Rich Otis. Number 2, Tevin Evans. Number 10, Max Hood. Number 13, Javon Cannon. Number 24, Braden Mariano. And number 40, Sarah Naldati. The officials for tonight's game are John Dunn and Lance Atlas.
Hello again, everybody, live from the Charles J. Quinn Gymnasium on the campus of Manchester West High School. It is the Lebanon Raiders versus the West Blue Knights. Division II boys basketball here on Manchester Public Television. Hello again, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you. Alongside Kyle Levy, I'm Zach Johnston. The Lebanon Raiders, previous losers of 9 straight, got their first win in a while last night against Plymouth West. Previous winners of 9 straight got their win streak broken last night against Hanover. The game is on, and here we go. The Raiders, they'll swing it over to the top of the key for Elliot Brandis. Sophomore guard running it. And Kyle, regardless of the matchup, West always packs the stands.
Yeah, it really is a special game here that, you can't take any opponent, to expect them to play down to you. They obviously know Hanover and Lebanon are really only about 4 miles from each other, so there's no doubt that these coaches were talking to each other last night.
That's the first foul of the game. It comes on the team captain of the Blue Knights, Tevin Edmonds. Referees are Lance Hedquist and John Dunham in the stripes. That's Miles Saunders trying to put a spin cycle on Tevin Edmonds. He fakes the pass and drives down the baseline. Great footwork by Elliot Brandis, who throws it off of the returning Braden Mariano. And Kyle, we were talking before the game how big it is to have him back.
Yeah, 3-game suspension there that was put on him after a situation that happened versus Kennett. And to have him back, it's a big spot. And the starting 5 is all different now with him back.
Yeah, they had Al Dottie back there. I love to see him step up. They're only center listed, and even Tevin talked about it, their team lacks size, and having a center out there certainly helps as he battles for a rebound. We'll have another foul called. It is on Miles Saunders. That's his first. So the Blue Knights still no score 54 seconds into this game. As here come the Blue Knights on their first offensive opportunity. The point guard, Tevin Edmonds, being pushed up by Miles Nolan. He'll dish it over to Mariano. Back to Hood to have him and Mariano back on the floor. Here's an up floater that's off the back rim. Trayvon Cannon will keep it in. It's Edmonds. He is really pressed up hard here by Miles Nolan. Cannon with the outlet pass. It's back over to Hood. Max Hood gets some space. Mariano with a pump fake on Saunders. Works on him, and he'll swing it back to Trayvon Cannon. It's Al Dottie who has the ball knocked out of his hands by Elliot Brandis. And Kyle, we've seen it. West takes their time on offense.
Yeah, it's about a 37-second possession right here for the Blue Knights. So we'll see if they will keep it going longer and try to get themselves the first points of the game.
Edmonds had some space and tried to drive down low, and the lane was broken up. Trayvon Cannon to the corner for Max Hood from the far corner. It rattles around and won't go. The Raiders for their another offensive rush. It's Miles Nolan who's double teamed. Great pass over to Saunders. Saunders into the corner for Nehemiah Billings, and that goes out of bounds. Will stay Raider possession. Kyle, the Raiders are 2-10. Got their second win of the year last night, but they are on a winning streak, and West is not. It's crazy to think that way.
Yeah, Plymouth Bobcats having a rough season here in D2, and not used to that, as they are usually at least up in the top 10, and this year just has not been their year. And
Open three from Billings is off. Rebound low, rolling, out of play. It's going to stay Lebanon ball. But yeah, I mean, we saw how dominant their football team was, Plymouth.
Yeah, they definitely know how to roll when it comes to football, and it's just the ball stopped rolling in basketball this season, but they'll be back for sure. But for West,
their ball has been rolling since their football success.
It certainly has, and
they are 10-3, fifth in Division II. The ball back over to Miles Nolan. Of course, last year they had their disappointing first-round exit, and Max Sosa got hurt in their opening round loss. Looking for revenge. This team kind of, Kyle, looks better. Not to, beat a dead bush or anything, but this team looks better than they did last year, even without their superstar.
You don't have a 1,000-point scorer on your team this year, but you have a camaraderie, and you're playing well together, and that's what Coach Rich Otis has really enjoyed about this team, is that they are wanting to be together.
Exactly.
Even last Wednesday, they went to the Parkside Middle School semifinal game for basketball. So a lot of the players were there, and to see that they were able to come support the community, it's nice to see what's going on here at West.
Well, there was an offensive foul in that last possession for Lebanon, and then they block Edmonds. There's a three that is off. Big rebound by Severin Aldati. Top of the key three for Mariano is no good. And another board by their big center, who steps out of bounds and gives the ball right back. With under 5 minutes left in the first quarter, no score. We're going to go to the subs. Ethan Gray comes in for the Raiders. Alcantara will come in for the Blue Knights. We'll see who he subs in for. Right now they have 6 guys out there, and they'll check out Severin Aldati. Some big rebounds for the kid right there.
A little spill on the floor here underneath us. That's
not good.
Want to say a quick thank you and apology to Coach Darren Johnson. I stole his clipboard earlier.
I did notice that.
I didn't mean to do that, but now you can see that he's going to work, and we'll see if that clipboard gets used in a little bit. But right now, obviously, a towel is being used to delay this game, and not sure if that was the scorekeeper's water, if that was a player's water. Don't know where this water came from, but
it happens.
We're cleaned up, and we're going to call a timeout to make sure that this floor is cleaned up. So
this is a big safety issue, because if you slip on that floor, I hate to say it, you're going right into the scores table. So John Dunham going to do some Swiffering, it looks like, but keep this, not Swiffering, but keep the conditions here. But Kyle, I've said it before, I'll say it again, peak floors here. Like, this is just a gorgeous little small gym to play basketball. I think this is, not to keep going here, but this is a great little small gym for D2 basketball.
Oh, certainly, and the way that it's built, the sound echoes off the rooftop. Or I guess the ceiling would be the right rooftops on the other side of it.
Yeah, we're not playing outside. But
yeah, let's not rush that.
It's a considerably smaller gym. These are retractable, seating areas. Obviously you're going to have gym class in here, but.
Well, we got the high spot here at the Quinn Gymnasium, and
they're going to keep going at it. John Dunham is playing janitor over here.
I mean, this is interesting to see that we have a scoreless game over 3 minutes into it, and now we're having the most excitement of watching the referee try to clean up this floor.
John Dunham, good friend of my dad's. He went to the Pearl Jam concert with me in September.
I mean, he did a great job with that Parkside game last week, so I've seen him a bunch as well, and we'll give him the possibly MVP of the game right now, the way things are going.
Well, with no score, the MVP goes to John Dunham. So we'll give him a trophy, print out a certificate. Back in action, here we go. Now Maya Billings will try to inbound this in. He doesn't have a lot of time. Throws it up, and it's grabbed by Ethan Gray, fresh off the bench. And another new player as Freisis Meitenbergs comes in. Nope, that's not him. That's Chrisley Maskin, rather. Number 4 in for the Raiders. still searching for their first points. Sullivan over to Billings. Billings lost it, and footwork from Mariano was not good enough to keep that inbounds to have West ball. It'll be an inbound here for Nehemiah Billings.
And Elliot Brandeis, I didn't realize he's got a kind of wrap on his thumb here, so see if that's a problem with his shooting.
That's grabbed by Chrisley Maskian. Nearly stolen by Max Hood. Dribble from Sullivan into the corner. 3 from Gray. Won't go. We're still scoreless. Hood traveled, I believe. Yes, he did. John Dunham right on that one. That is a travel.
Yeah, he just kind of had too many steps there, obviously, for the travel, and didn't know what to do with it. First thought about shooting, and then realized that he could drive.
Liam Sullivan will move this back to Nehemiah Billings. He's double teamed. They're putting the pressure on him, and he gets the pass out to Chrisley. Grabbed there by Gray. Gray working on Hood. It's back to Maskian. Maskian, it's up for Sullivan. Maskian to Billings. Billings drawing out, one-on-one on Alcantara.
Coach Sal's is very upset. His team is not doing what he's wanting them to do, and we'll see if there's a timeout after this.
3 for Maskian is off. Ball's tipped in the air, and the foul will have an inbound.
Halfway through this first quarter here, Zach.
A lot of fouls.
Still waiting for the first points of the game.
0-0 with 3:45 left in the first quarter. You've not missed much. You've missed referee cleaning up the floor, I would say.
Now, West wants to do something a little different here.
You kind of got to just give the ball to Tevin, drive, and just get points on the board, you would think here.
Well, I mean, they've missed a number of three-point shots.
Yeah.
And let's see if they go back to...
So has Lebanon. Here's Trayvon Cannon. He'll run the point. Bounces this over to Tevin Edmonds. They're trying to set a screen with Max Hood. There goes Edmonds, and there are the first points of the game.
A beaut right there as well, with able to do that under and around type layup.
They double team on Sullivan. It's 2-0. It's exactly what I was predicting. They give it right to Tevin to get those points on the board. Double team up in the air, tipped out of bounds by Trayvon Cannon.
Mr. Edmonds is ready for it right there.
Yes, he is.
Sitting in that front row, and had a chance to talk to him last week as well. As thankfully Tevin was okay after that collision, if you remember, last Tuesday.
His head hit the ground, and that scared me.
Lower back was a little sore, but it's been a week now, so.
Elliot Brandis will move it over. It's Gray. High pass, out of bounds. And about the same spot where the last ball went. Now it's West possession.
I mean, the fans are having to pay attention here. The ball is coming this way, and now do we have an issue? Looks like a bloody nose or something here.
I don't. On who? I don't see anything. On the ball, maybe?
I'm trying to figure this out.
I know a thing or two about bloody noses.
Well, we're trying to. At least the basketball might be.
Oh no, we're gonna have a deflate gate here.
Might be.
I think they're just changing the ball out because it went out of bounds too much. I think it hit a coffee, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Time to inbound.
Yeah,
we've had too many stoppages. I play with a softball at this point.
I mean, 5 minutes in this game, we only got 2 points.
3 minutes left in the quarter, 2-0 West. A lane for Tevin to go to. He gets double teamed. There's a deep three from Max Hood. That won't go. Trayvon Cannon with the rebound. Bounce pass to Mejia. Another three. That one falls from Mariano.
Good to have him back, Zach.
5-zip. They're pestering Miles Nolan. And that will roll, and that
jump ball, I believe it's going to be.
Must be. Nehemiah Billings was on the ground.
And it's going to stay with the Blue Knights.
Yep. It's in that one part of the floor. I can't see where I am currently sitting. Bounce pass to Mejia.
And he steps out of bounds.
He most definitely did.
His reaction is priceless. It's kind of like the same look when you get a new car or something like that, but it's the opposite.
Billings on the inbound over to Liam Sullivan. Down our near side to Brandis. Billings gets around Cannon up to the rim, and another shot won't fall. Second chance put back by Sullivan. First point of the game for the Raiders, who average 37 a game.
You know, it's something that West has been very good, the second chance, third chance points.
Yeah.
And to see that Lebanon was able to taste a little bit of.
Cannon down low, draws the foul, and a big and one. That is huge.
And look at this, they're all together about what to do here. You know, slow starting game here, but now it seems like West has kind of gotten themselves into second gear here.
Trayvon will go to the line. He'll take one shot. I think my line violation, or he didn't make the shot anyway, but.
He did make the shot, Zach.
Oh, he did?
It did go in, but.
I looked away at the wrong time. I heard whistle, and I was like, it won't matter anyway. Inbound. It's off to Nolan. Charges down the court. Nolan going to try to take it himself, and a bounce pass that goes off of Tevin Edmonds and then gets pulled in by Mariano. I thought it went out of bounds, Kyle. Mejia with a beautiful bounce pass. Razzle dazzle. Oh, Trayvon Cannon with the putback. Look at that. Ball movement from West. And instead going back, bucket to bucket. Up in the air, it's Billings driving on Hood. Double teamed by Edmonds.
Timeout, Lebanon.
It'll be a 30-second from Coach Blendon Sauls. A quick timeout to go over just a 7-point deficit, Kyle. 9-2, neither team in double digits with a buck and a half left to go here in this quarter.
Well, just one more basket, and West will change that. But obviously, it's been a unique first quarter here, and West thankfully able to finally get some things going, and to see that Cannon has really started to feel like himself, I guess, in some ways. And we'll see what he can do with scoring some more, as the 6-foot senior forward will do his best here to play some more defense versus the Lebanon Raiders here.
Like previously mentioned, it's a minute 35 left here in the quarter. 9-2 West over Lebanon. And the Blue Knights will inbound, but what a great pass from
Lebanon will inbound.
Mejia. Did I say West?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Moved over, and that heads up, Rowan St. Jean. That's out of play.
Boy.
Shout out to him and Logan Paradise in the stands.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We'll see if they see them at the gym later on. I know there have been late-night gym rats getting ready for the upcoming sports season for them.
Coach Otis, and I'll let the play develop here, as that one is not going to fall. And Tevin will move it to a wide-open Mariano. Easy points. Well, I'll say, Rich Otis is a lot like me when I'm coaching, never in the same spot. Look, he just went all the way across the bench up here. I think when I'm coaching, every pitch I'm in a different spot, whether it's in the dugout or wherever I may be. Both movers. I know exactly how it feels to be that coach that can't stand still.
Foul right there on Hood.
Second foul of the game for the Blue Knights. The first for Hood. Ethan Gray comes back in.
Lebanon doing a good job of really changing things up. They want to try to keep everyone as fresh as they can. We saw that last week with whole line changes for the Kingswood Knights.
Yeah, tell me about it. Here's Gray. A little bump there from Mejia. They don't call it. Another fast break up and in for Mariano.
11-point lead.
Mariano defending Nehemiah Billings. Billings with the ball back. Just 2 points for Lebanon, trailing 13-2. In a low offense, a kickball violation if I've ever seen one.
And he still ran as hard as he could to go get it.
St. Jim class, can't kick it. It's off to Billings. 20 seconds. Billings over to Brandis. 17 seconds left in the quarter. Brandis draws the foul, will go to the line.
It had been an 8-0 run for West, so now for the Raiders to get possibly a three-point play that's huge for them. But obviously free throws are not always the easiest.
One shot coming up for Brandis. Off. Rebound. Brandis got it right back and puts it in. 10 seconds. Long pass. Mariano to Hood. 5 seconds. Got it. 3 seconds. Can they get it off in time? It is short. 15-6. Just a measly 6 points from the Lebanon Raiders. Shut down defense from the Blue Knights in that first quarter, Kyle.
Yeah, it really was impressive to see that, again, they had gone nearly 5 minutes without scoring a basket, but West was able to put 15 up in just the 3 minutes there. And now we'll see if they're going to keep on the gas pedal or what will happen here with Lebanon able to get some points here a little bit late, but again, down by 9. They have to work pretty hard here to get back in this game.
And the fact that it's a 3-possession game and you score just 6 points in the first quarter, so yeah, West is at 15, so they're not, in the clear yet. Just because they're locked down defensively, they still have just 15 points on the board.
No, and that's a credit to their defense as well to be able to keep it scoreless for so long, but West was obviously going to be able to get things figured out some way or another. They are 5th place in the D2 standings for a reason.
Yeah.
And now we'll see what they will do here in this next 8 minutes.
We come back to life for second quarter. Zach Johnston with Kyle Heavey on Manchester Public Television. Thank you for tuning in here on this Tuesday night. Glad you're with us, and we're glad we're here.
Yeah, it kind of came up in the middle of the day to have this be open, to be here, and glad to be here with you, Zach.
Of course. As always, all pleasure. Here's Tevin Edmonds. Off the pass from Hood to start the second quarter. It's Hood with some room. Cashes in! 18-6, the big 3 that this team needed to start the quarter.
I mean, he's already got 8 points here out of the 18.
Billings on the pass. It's moved into the corner. Open chance for Mittenbergs, whose shot won't go, and the putback is good from Liam Sullivan. Here's Mejia Vega. Oh, we wanted a call. He didn't get one. And he missed the layup. Here's Miles Nolan. Miles Nolan, that's an offensive foul. He kind of just ran right into him there.
You got to put the brakes on a little bit sooner there,
yeah,
Miles. I know you like to put the miles in your name, but, you got to stop here.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Give you credit for that. I haven't heard that one before.
I sleep well at night.
Put some miles on it. Oh, nice. That works even better. I got to use that again. If there's like a miles on the home team, or maybe a away team, it's a good play. That slipped out of the hands of Israel Cruz, who has checked in for the first time in this game. It'll go back to Lebanon.
I mean, he had a little bit too much pressure on that, a little too much force. Maybe only
hard pressure from Trayvon Cannon. He'll move it over to Saunders. Cannon right on his tail, and Edmonds picks him up. Bounce pass, Maskin, way up in the air. Good ball movement here from the Raiders. Can they get something out of it here? Meitenbergs back to Saunders. Saunders pump fakes on Mejia. Now drives on him on that right-hand dribble. Floater up, off. Tough miss there, but they get the rebound. Francis Mittenbergs with the ball. Now over to Miles Saunders. Maskin, open 3 for Saunders is going to be short, and he gets his own rebound. Second chance, and missed it again. And now a 2-on-1. Mejia lays it in.
Officially, it's a 2-on-0 because their defender wasn't able to get back in time. But either way, 2 points for the Blue Knights. And now with a 12-point lead, 6:22 to go. And their smiles all around here, except for Rich Otis, obviously, who is still going to tell them what to do and how to do better out there.
He is always locked in. I want to know what they're raising their hands for. I want to know what that question was. It was probably like, raise your hand if you want to score.
Possibly. Again, keeping Lebanon from getting to double digits so far is pretty good out of 9.5 minutes played in this contest.
20-8 your score. 6:22 left here in the second.
Well, here they go got to go full court, and you know that the press is going to be put on here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We'll see if Lebanon can clear this out. Saunders with a bounce pass. They'll move it over to Mitenbergs. Look at that. Why can't – oh, my goodness. It almost didn't even go. Liam Sullivan with that. 10-point deficit now, but that's the best Lebanon has looked today out of that timeout.
That was smart to get that. It was, almost like a hook and ladder in football where they just kind of was like, hey, you get it, and I'm going to run past you and go the other way.
Love a play like that. Top of the key. Edmonds up, out of play.
Well, people in the first row here want to get the balls too as well.
Yeah, that's the third one that's gone directly into the stands. So very common affair here tonight. It's Mitenbergs who's got the ball. He'll hand that off to Saunders. With Alcantara right on him.
Hey.
Travel. Wow.
You already got down here, Lebanon. You can't just be, silly with the ball there. It's already a hour and 15 long bus ride from the Upper Valley there.
My gosh.
I mean, to know that West just did it yesterday.
Yeah, going to Hanover.
That same exit 18 is where both Hanover and Lebanon are.
Great movement there from Max Hood. Wow. Whoa. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, well, at least it's being called both sides.
That's a good way to put it. Travel coming on Max Hood. It'll be Lebanon ball. 10-point deficit for the Raiders. The Blue Knights lead 20-10 with 5.5 left to go here in the second quarter. He's going to have to get this out quick. It's Chrisley Maskin who crosses half court. And, oh God, we're stopping play again here. Man.
No rhythm here so far.
No
Zach.
rhythm. That's a good way to put it. It's hard to get rhythm going when, plays like that are happening. And balls are going out of bounds and such.
Either way, that was the first foul on Trayvon.
Saunders around Tevin Edmonds. Saunders. That's Billings. Saunders for three. That's off. Still haven't hit a three yet. Over the back. And that will be West ball.
Yeah, that will go on Chrisley Maskian, the junior. That's his first as well. So, and he's down here playing some defense.
I like the hair choice from him.
Certainly, we can't do that.
No, I used to be able to. Here's Hood from three. That's off. Maybe not the way he does it. Trayvon Cannon. Oh, he got kind of bumped there. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, it's going to be a call on Lebanon. Only so much he could do. He was kind of falling over, and unfortunately his leg kind of kicked him.
Max Hood will inbound it. Mejia checks out. Bounces this to Alcantara. Hood, near side corner. Got it! Max Hood from downtown, 23-10.
Dropping it like it's hot right there. Nothing but net. Back playing defense. It's so quick how fast they are.
Through the hands of Freisis Mitenbergs.
Checking on any water on the court now at this point,
Yep.
Yeah, we got some more substance. Boy, if this was football, Zach, this would be a unique experience to see all the issues that they're having here.
Agreed.
If it was the Patriots, that'd be talked about for 20 years.
Well, the news would be flonking. Let's just say that. Here's Edmonds, gets around the defender, and will have no bucket, and he'll go to the line. That's on Elliot Brandis. That'll be an inbound, rather. He's not going to the line. Was not a shooting foul. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because he's going to the line now. No, he's not.
No, we got still one more foul.
God, look, he's standing at the foul line, though. I didn't see the inbounder. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Here's Max Hood. Apologies, off to that inbound. It's up to Mariano. Let's see if they can make up for it. Drain a shot. Mariano floater is off. I take full blame for that possession. They can't hear me, but I take blame for that possession.
Yeah, it's, you know what?
Saunders has it tipped away from him, and now Alcantara 3-on-1, takes it up himself and lays it in. There we go. 25-10, 15-point lead for the Blue Knights. the Knights in blue. A lane for Brandis. His shot won't go. Gets his own rebound and lays it in. 25-12. Long pass. Looking for a response. Alcantara. Bounces no good. 3:40 left in the second. Nehemiah, Billings, Miles, Nolan. They're going to call a foul on Trayvon Cannon.
That'll be his second, and he's got to be careful here. As
Saverin will come back into the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you can immediately see that they're going to change things out. And now a little confusion all around.
That's taking a timeout. Lebanon's taking a 30-second timeout.
I just wasn't sure if they had subbed him in correctly or not.
Yeah,
it looked like he jumped in and didn't really have the chance, and whether that affected things or not, either way, good job again by this West defense. Really, it's been, West scores 5 points, Lebanon scores 2, and that's kind of how it's been so far to have this 13-point lead.
Yeah.
Lebanon just has been stifled so far, and they're doing all that they can, but, West wants a little revenge after last night's performance.
They're certainly getting it so far here. 25-12. The Knights in blue lead the Raiders of Lebanon on their home court. It's been a unique game so far with the offensive struggle early. Here's Miles Saunders to the bucket. It's off. Saverin couldn't pull the rebound in, and now the Raiders have a second chance. And they turn it right back over. It's Tevin Edmonds with the ball. Tevins has it pickpocketed from him by Frisis Mittenbergs. Long pass, Saunders. That is going to go back to Lebanon.
Unfortunately for Lebanon, they just don't have a trustworthy, noteworthy shooter like we've seen from Max Hood or even Mariano today.
Yep.
So it's tough to see that they're going to go for the 2 instead of going for the 3 each time. And
yeah, they have yet to hit a 3 here in this game. And a steal. Edmonds takes it himself. 27-12. And another turnover. Cruz with a bounce pass that goes off of the legs of Mittenbergs and stays West ball. Israel Cruz, that's the plays we love to see here. Look at that. Heads up basketball.
Sneaky right there to come up quickly. Saw that the inbounder hadn't even looked at anyone else. You kept the eyes on the receiver.
Mariano, long range 3, off. Rebound by the Raiders. Charging in and nearly turning it over. It's over to Nathaniel Crane. Pass pulled in by Nolan. Sullivan. Brandis. Waiting. Aldani's on him here. They've got space in the paint then. I don't know what that was. That's West ball. That's what it is.
That was I think I'm going to get it back to you, who seems like the 2 defenders are focused on me, but was a bad pass. And turnover for the Raiders. And this will be free throws now here, Zach.
Yep, that's the team limit for Lebanon. So now West will get some free throws, and they'll send Tevin to the line. Cruz checks out. Nope. Well, dude, I don't know. I think he's just talking with Coach Otis. They did the little buzzer thing. They thought he was checking out.
Well, Chris Lee.
The subs come in after the first free throw is what it took me my second year of doing PA to learn that that's how that works. But, hey, the more you know.
Exactly. It's like the NBC of the 90s.
And then when there's 3 free throws, they come in after the second one. Yep.
You know what? The stars flying through the air.
Yep.
In my eyes right now, Zach.
Edmonds knocks that down, 29-12. On the double team, it's moved to Nehemiah Billings. Billings rumbles down and lofts it in.
Not the prettiest shot, but it worked perfectly.
They'll take that every time, especially with the misses they've had. Wide open, Cruz shifts and scores! 31-14. Israel Cruz. Here's an open three that is off, and another missed three ball from the Raiders. And then Saunders throws it off the back of the backboard. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately that is out of bounds there. So it will be a West ball, and again with a good sized lead right here. See if with this final minute 40 that they keep the foot on the gas pedal here, Zach.
Edmonds will bring it up our near side. Working on Billings. It's over to Mariano. Top of the key. Three is no good. Severin pulls on the rebound again. Mariano with the head fake. Throws it to Cruz. His three. That one rattles around and goes.
20-point lead after a quiet first 5 minutes. Wild to see how hot this West team can get when they get things going.
Talk about this time on the floor here for Israel Cruz. Some great heads-up play. A really nifty bucket, and then draining that three.
And
good for him. And now a 20-point lead for West. They are really putting it on.
And I love that he's playing sensational defense as well. You really haven't said that he's lost his man.
Exactly. And a lot of this team, that's a big bucket there for Liam Sullivan, but most of the time they're on their guys, West is. Here's Cruz. He'll take this up himself now. Cruz with some good ball handling into the corner now for Luis Alcantara. Open Mariano. He's going to pull up, and he's going to drain it. Braden Mariano, it's 37-16. And then maybe we have a steal here. We're going to have a jump ball. That's going to be Lebanon.
Yeah.
Lebanon takes it, but big threes coming down for the Blue Knights.
Yes.
They now lead by 21 points.
That's at least 11 for Mariano.
Big for him in his first game back. Inbound now for Brandis as they will bring in Jaden Tate, their freshman, to end out the half.
And we saw him last week.
Yes,
he was able to go 1 for 3 from three-point land.
Brandis, 45 seconds left to go now. Brandis working on Saver and Eldadi. Brandis trying to call a play here with some good ball movement. They nearly turned it over. Brandis gets the ball right back. Fans getting loud here. It's moved over to Saunders. Saunders from the top of the key. Eldadi on him now. Gets around Eldadi, goes down low. Floats one up and drains it.
That is
20
a
seconds here.
Sick little crossover that he did right there, taking a little page out of Allen Iverson.
Edmonds trying to slow it down. They want that last shot. Edmonds from the logo trying to draw something up, defended by Billings. Edmonds going to drive and pull back. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. It's Cruz who fakes it. Back to Edmonds. Edmonds in the paint, nearly lost the ball. Can they get a shot off? No, they cannot. That ends the half.
We'll see what they do
37-18.
on that foul call. It'll only be number 4, but see if they put that in the book, as that was could be a huge difference in the end of this game. But we're waiting to see if he's coming over to the scoreboard. It looks like they're going to hold off on it.
Yeah, it's the smart decision to make. Well, with that said, Kyle, that was a unique first half. That's definitely one way to put it.
I mean, to see that West was able to put 37 points up in a matter of 13 minutes is wild right there.
Well, when we come back here on Channel 16, it'll be the second half between the Lebanon Raiders and the Blue Knights. I'm Zach Johnson with Kyle Levy. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second half. In action here for the second half, your Blue Knights lead Lebanon 37-18 in what has been a much more offensive favored. The second quarter was a lot more offensive favored than the first quarter.
Yeah, it certainly is. For Lebanon, they got to get things squared away and get through this full court defense here of West. West, on the other hand, has gotten the hot hand with some of the three-point shots and just good rebounding for second chance points.
Blue Knights looking to get the first bucket of the half, and they will with a great backdoor pass from Braden Mariano to Tevin Edmonds.
Well, that's how they started the first half.
And he'll force a turnover, sorry. And we'll have a call here.
We'll get a foul there as taking a huge fall to the ground was Elliot Brandeis. And the foul will go on Max Hood, so Lebanon will keep the ball here, trying to cut this 21-point deficit down.
Nolan. Back out. That's Nolan again. Aldati got a hand on it. Works around and move it over to Bennett. Hood Bennett, Mariano from the corner pulls up, and that is going to bounce off the rim. Lebanon ball down by 21. That won't help him.
And a travel called.
He's just going for the ball.
He didn't like that call, but now here he is going to stay with his defense.
Saunders hands that off to Billings. It's over to Saunders again. That was Brandis rather with the ball. They'll bounce that from Miles Nolan. Billings still without a three. They are the Lebanon Raiders here tonight. Three-less. Hood's got some space and drains it. 42-18.
West is starting to look a little bit like the Boston Celtics, who are on pace to have more three-point shots than two-point shots this season. And with the way that West is starting to hit the three ball here. And
will be a foul on Trayvon. I wonder how many he has. That's his third.
He just wants to play tight defense, and unfortunately it's getting him a little bit in trouble here. And now we'll see what West has in store here with, again, a good-sized lead, 24 points here, Zach.
I would say that's a solid size lead.
We were kind of having a chat here about the rest of the season here, and they have some tough teams to face in the next couple of weeks here for the West Blue Knights, and that looks like to be really could be a decider. Again, that tough loss last night to Hanover, 46-21, Zach. Not something they're going to really dwell on because, again, here they are winning in the opposite way, but they got to face Merrimack Valley, who had started off really hot, has lost 3 in a row. They'll be facing Milford back here at the Quinn Gymnasium next Tuesday, over to Oyster River in Durham, and then ending the year, we'll be here for that on the 25th versus Pelham. And Pelham is sneaky. They lost their first 2 in a row and now have won 11 straight. And who knows, they could be up to 15 straight on that game.
That'll be a big senior night. Here's a 3. There they go. That's Elliot Brandis knocks the first 3 for Lebanon tonight. Edmonds bounces that over to Mariano. Mariano back to Saverin Aldati, trying to call for Tevin to get the ball, and now he'll work on Liam Sullivan himself. Second chance for Aldati, and he'll draw a foul.
Well, that'll be the first foul of this quarter here for Lebanon, who's been trying to do whatever they can, but to cut this down to a 21-point lead is starting to get something here if they can get a turnover or have West miss a shot here.
Good moving there by Hood. Mariano up, off. Aldati going for it, gets it back. Trayvon Cannon, another 3 from the far corner. No good rebound, Saverin Aldati. Edmonds will bring it back. Edmonds lost it. And I think he'll take some, that's a foul on Lebanon. And he'll take some free throws.
Yeah, Elliot Brandeis. Nah, it won't be free throws, Zach.
That's the second. Yeah, he's done the 2. I keep thinking that they're going to, no, they're calling the foul on Miles Saunders.
And a lot of changes here for the Raiders as Ethan Gray comes back into the game. They're doing all that they can to get things going.
Hood from the near corner. Drains it. 45-21. Just above 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. 24-point lead. Oh, rejected by Aldati. Sends the ball into the wall. There's not a lot of room when you go out of bounds over there.
Oh, it's even for us coming in. It's when there's a JV game going on, you have to really wait and for the ball to go the other way. There's only so much room. Obviously, this gym obviously is almost over 100 years old. So
don't look like it.
they do a good job of keeping it up to play. And Again, this floor got done last year, and it looks phenomenal compared to other gymnasiums in the city.
Hood draws a foul. He was most certainly hit there.
And now, after Lebanon had been quiet for a little bit, third foul, and that is the third one on Elliot Brandeis. Quick substitution here as Cruz comes in.
Cruz will be the inbounder. He's got Hood working on Gray. Over to Cruz. Now to Tevin. Edmonds is fouled.
And that'll be number 4 on Elliot Brandeis. And now quickly Nathaniel Crane will come up, the sophomore, to come in and replace him. So tough to see what's going on here with Elliot Brandeis. He is, again, also a sophomore. So they got a lot of future here for the Raiders. Just the present is not looking as promising as other teams.
Here's another 3. That's not good. Cannon got rejected and then hit the ground hard. Here's Maskian. Good little shot from him to put that in.
Went strong with the right hand and was able to get those 2 points.
Cruz traveled. Now Mejia Vega, Kyle, will come into the game.
And we were watching him at halftime, and you can see that he's got a little bit of a limp going on here. Something going on with a soft muscle tissue, hamstring or something like that, that he is just not playing with 100%. But when your team's up by 22, you can still come in and play and give your teammates some time to relax.
Saunders over, and he'll find Maskin. And another stoppage and another foul. They're going to call that on Tevin. We're going to have a foul out today, Kyle, just by how many. It's not going to be on Tevin. That's his first foul since early in the first quarter. But by the amount of fouls we're having, I think someone's going to foul out today.
Yeah, with 4:08 to go, both teams are nearing the limit on how many fouls you can have. So we'll have free throws in due time. As for Lebanon, they have 4, and for West, they have 3. And, well, we'll see if there's going to be another one here.
Couldn't catch iron.
Oh, hit off his shoe. That's unfortunate right there. Chris is not pleased with that.
I will say, from the angle that 3 was taken, I thought that was going in, and the fact that it didn't hit anything caught me off guard. But it happens. Here's Mejia Vega taking it down our far side. Sends towards the middle, now finds Alcantara. Cruz. Back out deep from Max Hood. No Tevin Edmonds on the floor, Kyle. He takes a seat. Cruz. Hood in the corner. And he got another. 48-23.
My, oh my, Zach. 25-point lead here and still playing tight defense.
You never let off. Crane with a nice pass. Tyler Ranny with that shot won't go. Foul called.
Yeah, waiting to see what this is all about. Is if that's on Lebanon, no, it's gonna. Yeah, they're discussing still about what to say here.
We've only been here an hour, Kyle, but it feels like this game's gone on forever.
Yeah, we started a few minutes late, and to know that we're this far into the second half, and I mean the referee is discussing things to the scorekeeper.
Basket's good, and if they're going to count the basket, then would that not be a free throw is the question. Now, I'm the last person you ask about basketball rules. So I could be completely wrong, and I probably am completely wrong.
Yeah, they're still discussing things as Lance and John are trying to.
Another night without Mike Cotter here, Kyle.
Yeah, it's been. I hope that he's feeling all right. I know that this flu season has been destroying so many people. Thankfully, not you or I, but at the same time, it's been just. I know my parents are dealing with some issues here, and it's not been easy to fight this illness season off.
Saunders with a 3.
Well, they'll accept that for sure.
Yeah, they're not going to take it off. Oh, Max Hood with max speed, and the shot won't go. Aldani with another rebound, like clockwork. Cruz missed it. Death, taxes, and Saren Aldani rebounds. Those are the 3 guarantees in life.
That's exactly what I'm feeling here, Zach. It's been unbelievable how many rebounds he has. Obviously, we don't have the stat sheet to be able to see how many he has, but we can look at this footage and be able to say that he has had to have had at least 12.
They're flowing well without Edmonds on the floor. And Aldani couldn't put it in.
I think he was looking for a foul call, and it was a clean block.
All balls, what they say. Driving in and trying to lay it up there was Saunders.
Called for the travel. And now some more substitutions here. Round of applause for Max, who will take a seat on the bench, as that hot hand has certainly helped the Blue Knights.
Cruz, just above 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Mariano now over to Mejia Vega. Aldani, that one good, and he's flexing the muscles. He's one of my favorite players on this team, Kyle.
Oh,
Speaking of, watch out.
Well, that's one way to get yourself a Valentine.
I think I like, there's nobody on this team I don't like, but watching this team form to be such a good team to play together, it makes it even more special. That is going to go from Liam Sullivan.
Not the prettiest move, but at the same time, gravity helped it out and dropped it through the cylinder.
Mariano hands that over to Mejia. Now with Alcantara, it's back to Mariano. Pulls away with that, held ball. Where's that going?
We're waiting to see. It's going to go to the Raiders.
50-28, your score, with under a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Not the defensive game that Lebanon thought they were going to get after that first quarter.
It seems like so long ago, Zach, even
It
though it was an
does.
hour ago that it was
Wide
0-0.
open three for Mariano is no good. And tipped up and brought back.
And this is what we were hoping for earlier. Oh, bad.
Bad steal. That hit off of John Dunham. It's out of bounds. You're a part of the game, John.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. You see it in baseball, you see it in football, but in basketball, it's not like the ball hits the referee all that much. Well, 60 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
That is off, and an offensive foul.
Great moves. Just, props to Lebanon for being able to stand their ground. Can they cut to under 20? We'll see what the Raiders do. As making sure his shoes are tied up and double knotted.
Saunders lofts that up. Gets it right back. Knocked out. Where's that going? Couldn't
It's
tell.
going to stay with Lebanon. Popped up in the air and just landed out of bounds.
They find Tyler Rainey on a bounce pass. It's picked off by Mejia Vega, and Aldani will take it. Alcantara, 40 seconds left. Cruz won't go. Aldani, no putback, and now the Raiders will take it. Lebanon possession with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Bounce pass, Saunders to the corner. Move back to Saunders, has Billings. Nehemiah Billings. Open three for Kevin Harkins. I think he's going to shoot 3 free throws here.
Yeah, one way. We really haven't seen a lot of free throws from Lebanon in this game. So now to see 3 consecutive, we'll see just what type of team they've been practicing with from the charity line.
Alcantara picks up his first foul.
And that will be 5 on West. So obviously only 17 seconds to go, but if they are to foul again, first one is no good. And now all sorts of confusion here for the Lebanon of who's coming in, who's coming out. Nathaniel Crane as well as Ethan Gray looking to come in, but who's going to be sitting is the question.
No good there.
Oh, so this is tough here for Harkins.
Final free throw coming.
And 1 for 3. Cuts the lead down to 21.
I think they'll take this last shot. Here's Mejia. 10 seconds. Working on Billings. Mejia has a lane, dish that out. Checking the clock. They're going to get one off here. Alcantara, step back three. No good. Max Hood thought he had it. So did I. That ends the quarter. 50-29.
It is certainly difficult to have this angle up here, Zach. We're
Yeah.
high above the rim. The ball just looks like it's good from a distance, but unfortunately it was an air ball. And now we'll be looking to have a running clock here with a lead up by 21, and they've started the clock already here, Zach. So by the time Lebanon gets this ball to start things off, there will already be a minute taken off the clock here, which is unique unless they are going to start it all over again. We'll see what happens with that. But the cheerleaders still being loud and proud here for the Blue Knights, as they obviously have to practice and make sure that they are able to continue to bring the energy here in the Charles J. Quinn, and good job to them. We'll see if there's more senior cheerleaders than there are players on that senior night versus Pelham.
Could be.
Coach Otis says, the clock has gone back to 8, so they did not start running it just yet. I know that they probably have dinner plans for at home, but now the ball will be going for West here.
I don't think this is running clock yet.
I thought it was 25, so
It's 21 right now.
I'm kind of waiting to see. That was kind of an odd thing that they started the clock, but we're just kind of going off of what we see.
Trayvon Cannon, still no Tevin. Tevin is back out there, rather. Hood back out. Mejia controls the possession. Tevin with a little head swivel. And now Max Hood back to Mariano. Takes one way, goes the other. Now another change of direction for him. Here's a three from Hood. That hits off the back rim. Rebound by Tevin Edmonds.
Yeah, that went right over all the tall guys down there.
Nice pass off the hands of Aldadi and out of bounds.
I mean, he's giving love, but, man, that had some juice to it. And now we got some sweat on the floor. Lance is trying his best to make sure that no one slides on it.
Here's Billings. He'll move that over. Driving there is Sullivan. They're going to call a foul.
Yeah, and he knows it. He just didn't have his arms up in the air. He kind of had him angled more towards the shooter, and, they'll get 2 free throws again. Been very quiet from the free throw line, have the Raiders.
I think, the refs don't have to really worry as much on a game like this if they miss a call. I think this is much more relaxing for the refs in a game like this.
And, well, they're good at the last free throw. Makes 1 of 2. Cuts the lead down to 20.
Inbound out to Hood. Bounce pass to Aldani. Oh, Mejia nearly lost that.
Quick hands right there.
It's out of bounds.
Lance wants to be part of the game too, apparently.
The balls have hit both refs here. Or at least been in their area.
Apparently.
Head on a swivel when you're on the floor, gentlemen.
Coach Otis is not pleased. He thinks that was off of Lebanon. Lance is getting a earful right now.
20-point deficit for the Lebanon Raiders. We've seen crazier. Have we?
It'd be special to have, but
I'm now just trying to think of, have we seen crazier? Maybe they could be the first. Billings, could it start with this? Ball up in the air, and Aldadi will grab it back. Mejia Vega got hit. I think that was actually a clean block.
West got to slow things down a little bit. Instead, we looked at Edmonds.
And that lays in from Aldati.
Six minutes to go, and Lebanon got some more subs coming in here.
Bounce pass to Sullivan.
I mean, I did watch the Celtics last week versus the Mavericks, and to know that their bench guys did better than the starters in that fourth quarter, this could be something's going on here for Lebanon, that they're seeing something different.
Good pass from Tevin to Hood from the corner. He's got it. Big three for Max Hood on a great pass from Tevin Edmonds. Makes it 55-30. Timeout call.
Well, Raiders, that's the mark here, and only so much they can do with, I mean, West has done a great job from hitting from three. Has got to be patient. They've had plenty more chances here, but to now have it up to 25-point lead, and now we'll see who is sitting here from the bench here, as Coach Otis has made the team get super pumped here with something that he's deciding, maybe no practice tomorrow.
I don't know about that.
Probably not, but, you know, just wishful thinking for the players.
Jaden Tate's going to come into the game. I want to see some of the other JVs at the end of that bench. Maybe get them in the game. 25-point lead, 55-30.
And Lebanon will take every single second that they can to try to get them, you know, keep their heads up. They know that they're a young squad. They'll get things going in due time. But, you know, tonight's just not their night. Long drive down here on a Tuesday night. We'll hopefully see these two teams. Well, hopefully that West will be out in Durham in mid-March, but we'll see what the Raiders will look like in the future here.
Saunders, Nolan, up, off. This is my first ever game calling Lebanon in any sport, any year. Ethan Gray with that. Here's Cruz. To Cannon. Open is Edmonds. Back to Cruz. He's got some open space, and he is blocked there by Ethan Gray. Little handoff action here.
Try to.
A little bit of a block there. Jaden Tate will get that rebound. Under 5 left here in the fourth. Hood. Down. Back to Tevin Edmonds. Edmonds working up. No look pass. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I don't see running clock.
Yeah, it's
not 25, though.
I thought it was. I'm learning
point,
as I go here.
At one point, it was 25. I don't know what the deal is. Edmonds to Tate. He's going to try a three, and his shot just misses.
But another West rebound, but a travel called. Trayvon not pleased with that. He's had a few of those this game, and he's going to take a seat here. What a way to end your night with a travel here, Zach. Not what he was really rooting for, as he's just heading to the end of the bench. And Christopher Mia Vega is coming back from the trainer, limping pretty badly.
Again, it's not
so that's, again, not a good look for him. As Curtis Bouchard, some younger players getting some time here in this game, Zach.
Yeah.
We'll be checking in here in just a moment.
Edmonds lost it.
Off his foot. Yeah, we'll see. Boy, this is kind of interesting. Both their starters being replaced after turnovers, as now Tevin will take a seat as well on the bench. 4 minutes to go in this contest.
Saunders. Pass out, deep three from Meitenberg's no good. Rebound by Bouchard. Tate, back to Bouchard. Jaden Tate now working on Ethan Gray. Hood. Curtis. Tate fakes it. Back to Israel Cruz. Bouchard. Tate from the top. Back to Hood. Timeout West.
Yeah, they were just not able to get anything going here, and now we'll kill a lot of time on the clock, but at the same time, they just could not get anything going. And Coach Otis, who's getting a chance to really have his future being played here. I mean, Christian Cruz out there as well, a freshman. Curtis Bouchard, who's a freshman. So these guys already played in the JV game, and now they're back out here with more of an experience ability here with the Blue Knights up by 21.
3:19 left here in the fourth. 55-34 West with a dominating game here. Here is Ray Voisine, and that's pickpocketed from him by Miles Saunders.
Well, that's one way to get yourself known, is to get into your first game and make a mistake like that. But again, these are freshmen playing against seniors and juniors.
Aiden Ramirez, backdoor, he's got it, and the fans are loving it.
Yeah, certainly a moment he'll remember for scoring some points here in his varsity career.
Granny, it's off, rebound by Ramirez. And
a jump ball, and it will go to Lebanon.
just over 2.5 left here in the fourth.
Yeah, Miles Saunders, who is a junior out there facing against a freshman, a huge difference here.
Ranny, little underhand to Meitenberg's coast to coast and swatted by Ramirez. That might be a foul on him.
Yeah, I would say so, and that will put I thought it would put the Raiders at the, finally everyone was clear in the way. I was like, it should be free throws. Now coming into the game in just a moment, Austin Martin, a 6'3" freshman center, who will get a chance to play.
He's a tall one.
I wasn't 6'3" as a freshman, so kind of jealous of him right now.
Neither was I. And I'm still not 6'3". I don't think I'm going to get there. Here is Voisine. Finds Ramirez. Martin. I think everyone's gotten into the game here. Up, off. That will fall.
You know, I feel like it almost is similar to the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl from the other day, where just Lebanon able to get some points at the end of the game, kind of like the Chiefs did. And now with a chance to make it a three-point play.
We'll make it look closer on the scoreboard than it really is, but Lebanon never really in this game.
They remember it was 5-2 at one point, Zach.
Yep. It's going to fall.
Now some more substitutions. Coming back in is Crisley Massian, excuse me.
Bounce pass to Voisine. 2 minutes left here in the game. 57-41 lead, another turnover, and an easy bucket from Meitenbergs.
I think they're realizing, yes, it's a little bit more difficult playing varsity-size players than JV. But Coach Otis trusting in them to be able to make mistakes and be able to learn from this, and that's another steal here for the Raiders.
Nate Crane bounce pass, Meitenbergs out of bounds.
Well, then he loses it, and Coach Otis wants a timeout to get things squared away with just 93 seconds to go in this contest. And you know what? He's never going to stop coaching here, Zach.
Yeah.
He's going to continue to tell these kids, and you can see that he's making sure that they get the message across that you got to be smarter with the ball. You got to stop trying to make plays and, kind of make something fancy here. You just move the ball and do the things that are needed to do to help your team and to learn from this. Obviously, there's a big size difference now for the Raiders here, but at the same time, if you want to get yourself better, sometimes it's good to play against people bigger than you.
93 seconds left. We'll have an inbound coming.
14-point lead here, slipping away.
Ramirez, it's Martin. That's Bouchard rather. Now Martin will pull up from 3 and miss it. Rebound, it's short.
This will stay with West ball here.
Another stoppage. Now, if this was the third quarter, this would be a much different story score-wise.
Stoppage in play. Wasn't sure what was going on here, but now we'll see. We're getting another JV player to get his first varsity points here. That's what I'm rooting for here, Zach.
Ramirez pulls up from the free throw line and sinks it.
There we go.
Good looking shot from him. Meitenberg spins and missed it. Still on for Harkins. Here's a 3 that's good from Chris Maskian.
Down to 13. Under a minute, though.
Bouchard to Martin, back to Bouchard. And yeah, I mean, under a minute. So then a little tip action there. Ball high up in the sky.
Well, able to keep possession here. That is just the first foul on Nathaniel Crane.
35 more seconds. Well, will Underfill have another stoppage, or they're going to play this out?
Again, everyone on this court wants to prove themselves to their coaches and their peers. So you know that they're going to try to get open, make a shot, and you can see the tight defense from Lebanon. 18 seconds.
Held by Bouchard. Bounce pass. Ramirez from the top. 6 seconds. That's going to do it.
Well, the bench is starting to get up and clap. They're not going to take the final shot here.
Dominating win for the West Blue Knights. Make it 11-3 for your Blue Knights. What a win here for Manchester West. After a lackluster first quarter, they turned the page, stepped on the gas, and didn't let off. With their JV guys coming in at the end, the Raiders were able to put some points on at the end. But 59-46, your final score. Any final thoughts, Kyle?
No, I think that West is going to continue doing this, and they have a tough end of the season. I know that Manchester Public Television will be here next Tuesday. Won't be you or I, Zach, but they'll be here, and then we'll look forward to seeing them ourselves on that senior night versus Pelham.
Well, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. For Executive Director Jason Coney, Operations Specialist Joe Lauren, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, alongside Kyle Levy, I'm Zach Johnston. Thank you for tuning in on Channel 16 tonight. Your final score, Lebanon 46, Manchester West 59, your final tonight. The Blue Knights are now 11-3 and will look to roll on throughout the rest of Division II. Once again, with Kyle Levy, I'm Zach Johnston. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Blue Night.